Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video we're going to break down exactly how much the Universal Express Pass really costs. And of course the Universal Express Pass can be more expensive than your actual Universal Orlando admission ticket, and that's why understanding how it works, understanding how much it costs, understanding how to price it up so you save the most money is so very, very important. So if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we are about to break down exactly how much the Universal Express Pass costs. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you should be pricing up the Universal Express Pass as you're, getting prices for your Universal Orlando vacation. So if it does seem like you need more videos like this, just be sure to hit that subscribe button, as I have a lot more similar videos coming out to get you as prepared as possible. But let's jump right in. And one of the main reasons why, getting a price for the Universal Express Pass can be so confusing is A, there are a bunch of different options when it comes to the Express Pass, but then B, what will happen is a lot of times the pricing that you'll see on the Universal Orlando website is the starting pricing. So you can see there it says from $89.99 all the way up to $289.99, right? So the pricing that you actually pay is going to be different. And the reason being is, of course, the Express Pass prices does change based on the date that you plan to use it. So if you're visiting during one of the most popular times of year, let's say such as Christmas, you'll see that the Express Pass prices will be significantly more than the starting price. So that's that's the main caveat to take away from this video, is that a lot of times we'll get phone calls and customers and our clients will be confused, and they'll say, well, I saw that the Express Pass was $19.99 for Volcano Bay. Well, yes, unfortunately that's the starting price, and it's going to be very, very difficult to actually visit on one of those days, just because they are going to be the least popular day to visit the parks. But the other reason is, again, as you can see here, just because of the amount of different types of Express Passes, it can be a little confusing. We did a complete video on exactly how the Express Pass works, so definitely just be sure to go check that out if you are not familiar with the different types. But long story short, for the regular Universal Express Pass, which allows you to skip the line one time per participating attraction, we have a 1 park and we have a 2 park option for the main 2 parks, Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. For the Universal Express Unlimited, which allows guests to skip the regular line an unlimited amount of times at participating attractions, same thing. We have a 1 park, we have a 2 park, and then of course, to confuse things a little bit more, we have just a Volcano Bay Express. And the Volcano Bay Express is an Express Pass, and they also have an Express Plus Pass, which includes some of the more popular rides. And then of course, to try to help you save money, I'm going to show you how to price up the Universal Combo tickets, and then how to price up, of course, those Universal Premier Resorts, which now it's called the Signature Collection Resorts, which do include the Universal Express Pass for free. And so what I'm going to do also is, you'll see I'm going to price up the combo tickets and the Universal Premier Passes on our website, which is theparkprodigy.com, especially just because they are discounted a little bit more. So for the most part, whenever families are trying to figure out, well, how much does this actually cost, right? They're trying to figure out, like, well, how can I get the biggest bang for my buck? And you'll definitely do that, or be able to try to do that over at our website, because you do save a little bit more on top of the ticket prices over on Universal Orlando. But let's jump right in and let's start again. This is how you should price up the regular Universal Orlando Express Pass, how to figure out exactly how much it costs. You'll see there's also some hidden things that you have to be aware of, such as taxes that are not going to always be included right away. So the main thing is you have to figure out, okay, well, how do I plan to use the Universal Express Pass? What type of ticket do you have? Do you have a base ticket? In which case, a base ticket's only going to allow you to be in 1 park at a time. So in that case, you'll want to go with a 1 park, let's say Universal Express Unlimited Pass. If you have a park-to-park ticket, then yes, to get the most out of it, it might make the most sense to have a 2 park ticket. What you have to do though is, once you figure out which Express Pass you want, then you go and you click on that Express Pass, right? So I always typically go with a park-to-park ticket. So I'll go with a Universal Express Unlimited, because I'd like to get on my favorite rides as many times as possible. And then you'll see here, number of parks. We're gonna have 2. All right, so this will allow me into both of the parks on the same day. And you can see here we have the Express Unlimited. Here we have the Universal Express. We have starting from 134, starting from 104. those prices already went up from the previous page. And that's why it gets confusing, as you could see. But again, I'm going to stick with the Express Unlimited. So you'll pick how many guests you have in your party just to keep it simple. I'm just going to do one. And then here is where you're going to pick the date that you're going to use your Express Unlimited. So just to kind of, I'm just going to pick my birthday, which is November 13th. And so you can see here, again, we have $134.99. What happens a lot of times, though, especially when guests are shopping on our website, the Park Prodigy, is that they will tell me that, well, the Universal website is a lot cheaper, especially when it comes to regular admission tickets. But what happens here is that this price of $134.99 is not going to include, and you'll see here, they're pretty much telling us each Express Pass is only valid on the date selected. Theme park admission is required, right? So the Express Pass does not include admission unless you're going with that Universal Express Plus ticket combo ticket. And so let's see here. I believe it should be in my cart. So we have an Express Pass Unlimited, 2-park, multiple parks per day, $134.99. And you can see here they are adding sales tax once you get to the cart page. So that's very, very important. And a lot of the, one of the main reasons why I'm creating this video is that when families are shopping, they don't realize that they have not included tax on, and it's little here because it's only $134. I say little, but the theme park tickets are going to be more than that for multiple people. This could be a lot more than that for multiple people, but in this case we're only pricing one person, so it's $134.99. You have to add sales tax, but that's essentially how you would price up the regular Universal Express Pass. On average, what I would say is that 2-park unlimited, which typically tends to be the most popular, the pricing there is, on average, like I said, probably going to fall around the $175. Now, the reason why you want to go with that Express Pass ticket is because, again, when we start to do the comparisons, especially with these combo tickets, the Express Pass tickets that is included with the multi-day, the combo tickets, and also the Universal Land, the Premier Resorts that they give you the Express Pass for free, it's going to be the Universal Express Unlimited, and it's going to be the 2-park Universal Express Unlimited. So that's kind of the Express Pass you want to compare when you're trying to make sure that you're doing it apples to apples. And so let's say that we're going to visit on November 13th, right? So we're trying to figure out, okay, how do I get the best bang for my buck? So what I would do if it was me is I would take notes and I would start to compare. This is really how I would price it up, right? Let's say you're visiting for 2 days. So we have one adult. So we have a 2-day, 2-park, park-to-park ticket, right? Because the Universal Express Pass, the regular Express Pass does not include admission. And you could also find the 1-day Universal Express Pass, the 2-park Unlimited Express Pass tickets on our website. So what I'm going to do for this, just to get the pricing and to figure out exactly how much I would pay if I purchased this individually, is I am going to price it up on our website. So up here we do have some promotional tickets right now. Anyway, Universal is running a by 3 days you get 2 days free. But to get to the 2-park, here's the 1 park per day. I'm just going to come right down here to 2-park tickets, park to park. And we have 2-day, 2-park tickets, park to park. So, right, I'm going to add one. And on the actual page, we will show you sales tax right away. You don't have to go to the cart. So I have $349.31 at this point in time anyway, with some extra discounts. So this will give me 2 days worth of admission into the theme parks. The other important thing to keep in mind here is I have a 5-day window to use both days, and that's important when you're understanding the combo tickets, which we will talk about in a few. So now for the regular Express Pass tickets on our website anyway, so you'll come all the way down here and you'll see 1-day Universal Unlimited Express Pass, park to park. So this is the Express Pass. So realistically, what I would need is I would need an Express Pass for each day. All right. Now, one of the reasons why it typically is this is not the best way to do this if you're going to use the Express Pass for multiple days is when you're purchasing the Express Pass, kind of like a la carte, like individually like this, you have to pick the date that you're going to use the Express Pass. Okay. So here you're seeing I had to pick the start date of November 13th. I had to pick the start date of November 14th. And if I don't use them on those days, if you bought your tickets from us, in advance and you're not going to use them, you just have to let us know, right? And we would be able to just switch the start dates of the Express Pass. The only thing regarding that is that if the new date has possibly a more expensive price, you just have to cover the difference. So if you have an Express Pass for November 14th and you haven't used it, and it's before that date, you can easily call us up, or even if you bought it from Universal Orlando directly, you call them up and be like, listen, my plans changed. I haven't used the tickets yet. I do need to change the start date here. And let's say the new start date has a price of, I don't know, $150. Right, Universal would just say, okay, you paid 143, the new tickets are 150. You'd have to cover the difference between the 150 and the 143, right? But it is very important when you're purchasing the express passes like this, you do actually have to use them on that exact date, which is going to be different, you'll see, from, or you have a bigger window when you go with the combo tickets. So in this situation here, and so my total for admission plus the Universal Express passes is $636.86. Okay, so now this is the regular buying admission plus express pass separately. All right, so now we have the next thing you should be looking at is the Universal. They no longer call this the combo. You come to where it says tickets and passes. Well, I guess they do call it combo, but they had asked me not to officially call it, or not to word it as combo in any of our marketing stuff. Right, so I believe they call this now like the 2-day 2 parks plus unlimited express. I'm just, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to call it admission plus express combo. Okay, so when you come down here, the difference with these tickets, if you come on our website, you're going to see right here, Universal Express passes with admission. Right, the difference with these tickets is that they do allow you to purchase multiple days of express pass with your admission tickets at the same time. Again, just like it sounds, it is a combo, right? So because you get two together, you don't have to worry about purchasing it separately. The other thing that I personally prefer from a shopping experience about these tickets is that the 2-day 2 park plus express pass combo ticket comes with a window, a validity window, meaning your start date will be November 13th. But unlike the tickets here where we had to pick your usage for the express passes, you'll just have a 5-day window to use the express passes. It's like that for the admission tickets. But for the express pass, buying it this way, it's not like that. You're picking your date. So that's in my opinion, one of the biggest benefits of purchasing the combo ticket. The other important thing to keep in mind with the combo ticket, if you're doing apples to apples comparisons, is the combo tickets are only sold as a park to park ticket. They are not sold as a base ticket. So really, if you're doing, if you're trying to save the biggest bang for your buck, and like, all right, no matter what, we're going to the parks on these 2 days, then yes, maybe you can go with the base ticket, but then at that point you need to go with a 1 park Universal Express Pass ticket. But again, these are the most popular. The reason why this is the most popular too is you need the park to park ticket in order to ride the Hogwarts Express. So I would say a majority of the families that we help, that's typically the ticket that they're going for, just because a lot of families don't go as often, and like if they're going, they want to make sure that they get onto every single ride. So that's kind of what we see. All right, but continuing to price this out. So we have a 2-day 2 park to park express pass combo ticket valid within 5 days, right? That's, again, very, very important. And this includes admission plus 2 days worth of express passes. And again, you have a 5-day window. So if you decide that you don't want to use your express pass back-to-back days, you could just simply use that express pass whenever you go back into the parks. Granted, you have to visit 2 times within this 5-day window right here. But again, you could see it's really a convenience aspect to this as well, that you don't have to use them right away. So the total price there is $640.05. So you can see it's a little bit more. Right now on the Park Prodigy, we're actually discounting this an extra $20 once you get to the cart, the checkout page. So this would really be, from our website anyway, $620.05. So it does come in a little bit cheaper. But again, the biggest thing here is you will save a couple bucks, but the convenience aspect of not having to add multiple things into your cart. If you know that you're using the Universal Express Pass for multiple days, you definitely want to go with that option. And then the last thing that you should be looking for to get the biggest bang for your buck, or to understand the pricing aspect, is the Universal Orlando Premier Resorts. So for this, right, you're still going to need admission tickets. But what would happen is, if you know you need a hotel, what we tell our guests is like, hey, you'll definitely always go and check out the pricing, because again, it could be a great deal. If you need a hotel, but you need the Express Pass, in a lot of situations, it's kind of like a no-brainer. So what we'll do here is we'll do staying at a hotel for 2 nights. And you need to pick either one of these three down here. So the three hotels that include the Express Pass at this point in time anyway are Loews Royal Pacific, Loews Hard Rock Hotel, and Loews Portofino Bay. So the cheapest right now is going to be Royal Pacific, and that's typically what we see. It's typically in line with, what we see. We have a standard 2-queen room. We'll go with the standard 2-queen room because, right, we just want to get the Express Pass out of it. I'm going to add it to the cart. So it's going to, of course, it's going to ask me if I need tickets, but I don't need tickets just for this comparison, just because I'm just comparing it to the pricing. And so the total for the 2 nights at the Loews Royal Pacific Resort is going to be $1,062. Now, where it gets more complicated is for this, you have the check-in date and the check-out date. You get the Express Pass for your check-in and your check-out date. So this is actually 3 days worth of the Express Pass here that you could take advantage of. And the total there was $1,062. So what we'll do is we'll take out a calculator, and so I'll just compare 143.76 times 3, and that's going to be $431. And so your real cost here for the hotel equals $631. That's kind of like where you're ending up for the hotel. So really, when you divide that by 3, and the reason why I'm doing this is if you knew you were going to purchase the Express Passes, right, for each day you're going to be in the parks, and in this case, if you're going to be in the park for 3 days because you're getting a check-in and check-out to take full advantage of it, your real cost for the hotel is coming down to $210 per night. Now, this is just with one person. Really, where guests see the most value, and most people, visit at least 2 guests to the room, right? Let's say you had 2 guests and you were only going to use it for 2 days in the parks. You weren't going to use it for your checkout date. The real way to do this is you're still going to have that cost of $162, but you would essentially be $143.76 times 2. That's per person, so 287, then times that again by 2, so you really come to 575, and then you'd want to take that off, and that would really be your true cost. And again, the reason why this is so important is if you know you're purchasing the Universal Express Pass and you're shopping around for hotels, maybe the hotel that you're looking at is $250 a night, right? Well, if the hotel you're looking at is $250 a night, but you're going to spend the money on the Express Pass anyway, and you can essentially get the Universal Premier Resort for $1,062, you would end up spending more money. Does that make sense? This is really your true cost. If you purchase the Express Passes and your hotel separately, this is the true hotel cost that you need to compare. And that's why I created this video, because this is what you need to be looking at to really understand and get the biggest bang for your buck, especially when you're trying to get the Express Passes for free in that situation. Just to kind of tie out the video, take it one step further. So how do you get the biggest big bang for your buck? How do you get the biggest discounts on Universal Express Pass tickets? Well, what we would say is, again, this is what you should be looking at. You should always kind of make sure that you're taking a look at the time of year you're visiting, because the Express Pass prices does fluctuate based on the time of year that you plan to visit. B, you need to do this comparison. Make sure you're comparing it to the combo tickets if you're visiting for multiple days. Make sure you're comparing it to the Universal Orlando Premier Resorts if you're visiting for multiple days. And don't forget that you do get it for check-in and check-out. Always purchase your Universal Express Pass in advance, because they can sell out at the parks, but also pricing will go up as you get closer to your trip. So there's always an advantage to purchasing the Express Pass as early as possible if you know that you're definitely going to use it. And again, going back, tying into really number one, make sure that you understand the basics of the Universal Express Pass and getting the right Express Pass. If you have a base ticket, you do not need a 2-park ticket, which is going to be more expensive. If you're only planning to go on the rides one time throughout the day, you can go with the cheaper Universal Express. But that's pretty much it, everyone. That's exactly how you figure out how much the Universal Express Pass costs. It's really based on you and your family, based on exactly which days you plan to visit, and based on the exact Express Passes that you plan to go with. But I really, really hope that you found this video helpful. If you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip and you do need a little additional help, just be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. We do have a bunch of free vacation planning tools. We essentially have everything you need to plan an amazing Universal Orlando vacation. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I do have a special promo code you can go use on our website, theparkprodigy.com, and that promo code is going to be YouTube25. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys again so much for checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.